Hi, hello, how are you doing? I honestly hope that your day is absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's only what a viewer as beautiful as you deserves. Though that only counts if you're watching this on the day the episode was uploaded. If you're not, then I hope you have a horrible and horrendous day. Now then, you might be asking who this person is that's wishing such horrible things upon you. Well, that person is me, Michael, the host of Rider Rewind. Rider Rewind, of course, being the show that covers the latest and greatest in Rider drivers, henshin devices, and figures, released or revealed in the last 3 to 4 weeks. I mean, everybody knows that, duh. Now then, with the usual unusual intro out of the way, we can begin this episode in earnest. And what we start with today is something I only quickly touched upon in the last episode, the CSM Double Driver version 2 from Kamen Rider Double. This, of course, being a CSM release of the driver used by Shotaro Hidari and Philip to transform into Kamen Rider Double. When I covered this driver in the last episode, we only had access to the bare minimum information, but now everything you'd want to know has been revealed, so let's go over it, shall we? Up first is what's, in my opinion, the most important part about the CSM update, a brand new mold. The entire driver has been reshaped to be even closer to the prop used in the show, and I do mean it's a brand new mold. This isn't just a tiny update to the old CSM, but a completely new design and shape. And this brand new mold isn't just limited to the driver either. The included memories, those being Cyclone, Joker, Heat, Metal, Luna, and Trigger, also got brand new molds, creating what is honestly the most screen accurate rendition of these toys yet. Naturally, a new mold alone would be a pretty hard sell, so let's go over the new features of the CSM, starting with the biggest new addition, the mutual recognition function. This is a new piece of technology added to the driver and memories that make it so that the driver and memories know when it's being inserted and what specific memory is being inserted, allowing for a whole slew of new things like better timings on the standby sounds, better form announcements, and most impressively, the in-show dual henshin. Since I've covered how to use the double drive a few times before, I'll instead cover how to do the dual henshin. I should mention that to do the double henshin, you'll be needing a second CSM double driver version 2 for this. A pricey cost for sure, but honestly, what did you expect? Here's how the double henshin works. When the first driver plays the sound effect for putting the belt on, it'll send an infrared signal to the second driver, making it play the sound effect for when it appears on Philip's waist. Then, when you insert the Cyclone memory to the second driver, once more an infrared signal will be sent to the first driver, which will play the sound effect for the Cyclone memory being loaded into said driver. Then, all that's left for you to do is to insert the Joker memory, which will sync the two drivers one last time, will allow you to transform into Kamen Rider Double, using the same timing and sound effects from the show. This also means that if you open one driver, the other driver opens too. If you close one driver, the other driver closes too. It's incredibly impressive, even though it's not like that deep, the technology, it's just sending infrared signals, but still, in my humble opinion, this makes this set completely worth it. Naturally, you can still transform into Double using one single driver, and to those who already have the CSM Double Drive version 1, you can also do this, but it'll only be with sound effects, not the synced opening and closing of the drivers, which still, cool that they were able to sync it to the previous version. And there's like so much more to this release than just this. Brand new voice lines by the original actors, new music, far better visual effects, etc. But since Rider Rewind just quickly covers those things, I'm afraid you'll have to check out a proper review if you want to know more. No, that doesn't mean we're done yet with the CSM Double Driver version 2, because our next items of the day are the CSM Fang Memory version 2 and the CSM Extreme Memory version 2. Just like with the main CSM driver and memories, these guys also got a completely new mold, making them look extra special. Both Fang and Extreme now also got fitted with the mutual recognition function, and as such can be used with double henshin. Various sound effects and voice lines are, as always, included. As to what really makes these special versions of these releases, is that both memories come with something no other version of that toy has ever done. For Fang, it's automatic jaw movement, meaning it now does the exact same thing in the show without the need for you to manually move it. And for Extreme, it's the ability to transform into Cyclone Joker Gold Extreme for the first time ever. Genuinely, right? No other toy had ever let you do that, but now you finally can. So this means that with the CSM version 2 release, we can finally turn into every single last one of W's forms, which is a W. And here we have the last double release for this episode, I promise. This one is something that we didn't really need, but I'm sure some people really want. The driver case from Begins Night. This is a exact replica of the case seen in the Begins Night section of the Double X Decade Movie Wars. This is also, for all intents and purposes, just a carrying case. The foam inside has been cut to hold the 6 main Gaia memories and a double driver. It should be compatible with every CSM release of said driver. The actual toy release mentions specifically the version 2 and the version 1.5 from Futo Tante, but that's like the same mold as the original one, so it should fit. Probably. If you're hankering for a sweet way to display the double driver, and this is for you. Otherwise, just like buy a normal case, I guess. Up next is our first of many releases from Kamen Rider Outsiders. This one being the DX Tokimeki Bridal Gashat and the DX Proto Mighty Action X Gashat Noir set from Kamen Rider Outsiders. Both of these Gashat were used by the revived Kuroto Dan in the Kamen Rider Outsiders show. These Gashat are both compatible with the DX Gamer Driver and DX Buggle Driver too, so no need to worry about needing to buy any new ones. Here's how to use the Tokimeki Bridal Gashat. First, you press the button at the top of the Gashat, playing the announcement jingle. Then, you insert it into the DX Gamer Driver, initiating the standby loop. Then, all you have to do is pull the driver's lever and transform. Or, well, not really. But if you've seen the episode, you know what it does. While it might not be a proper henshin item, it does come with brand new system voice lines by Poppy, recorded by Ruka Matsuda. And here's how to use the Proto Mighty Action X Gashat Noir. First, you press the button at the top of the Gashat, playing the announcement jingle. Then, you insert it into the DX Gamer Driver, initiating a standby loop. Then you pull the driver's lever and transform into Gem Proto Mighty Action X. Lastly, these Gashat both come with brand new voice lines from Kuroto Dan, recorded by Tetsuya Iwanaga. Can you believe it? Our next item is another henshin device from Kamen Rider Outsiders. This time it's the DX Evil X Full Bottle. This was the full bottle used by Evil to transform into Evil X in Kamen Rider Outsiders. Here's how to use it. First, you twist the button at the top of the full bottle. Then, you turn it upside down and insert it into the DX Evil Driver, initiating the standby loop. Then all that's left to do is to crack the lever and you'll transform into Kamen Rider Evil X. By cracking the lever after transforming, you unleash the finisher. Oh, and just like with the Gem Gashats, this release comes with brand new voice lines from Evil, voiced by Tetsuo Kanao. Up next is a surprise build release. Allow me to introduce you to the Premium DX Drill Crusher. The Drill Crusher was Kamen Rider Build's primary weapon, and one of many DX weapon releases that looks like a half-wrecked chub. But fear not, this release aims to fix that. The biggest difference between the DX and Premium DX is the huge size increase, with the new Premium DX Drill Crusher being twice the size and girth of the original. The second biggest change is the more premium paint finish, being much closer in quality to a CSM than the barely existing paint applications of the original DX. And just like the original DX, the Drill Crusher can spin if you hold down the button, and can be changed into gun mode too. This release also comes with a few pieces of BGM, those being the TV-sized version of Beta 1 and 2 pieces of the OST. Lastly, this item also comes with a DX Hedgehog full bottle, but it's also compatible with every single other DX full bottle, so you can still access every single finisher. Another Rider Rewind means another release from Kamen Rider Geats. This time it's the S.H.Figuarts Kamen Rider Punkjack Fever Monster form. This was the form taken by Kamen Rider Punkjack after using the Fever Buckle alongside the Monster Buckle. As with other S.H.F Fever form riders released, this is mostly a way to get the bottom version of a specific form. As such, the legs of the figure are interchangeable with any other male Kamen Rider Geats S.H.Figuarts figure. The figure stands 150mm tall and comes with a Fever crosscape, a set of Halloween-like interchangeable hands, and an S.H.F scaled version of the Hatena Mission Box 02, in which you can place various raise buckles. And here we have the final Kamen Rider Outsiders releases of the episode, and what other way to round them off than with the main event himself. Allow me to introduce you to the Premium DX Zane Driver. This being the driver used by Sakura Yuto to transform into the malicious AI turned Kamen Rider Zane. Here's how to use it. First you press the button on the Zane progress key, then you push it into the DX Zane Driver, transforming you into Kamen Rider Zane. But you're not here for transformation. Oh no. You're here for the Shredder ability, aren't you? Here's how to use Zane's finishers. First, you set one of the included Zane cards at the top of the driver. Then, you pull the lever on the left side of the driver, initiating the shredding process. After the card's been shredded, you have gained the power of that card and unleashed the finisher. Now, for those of you worried about if you're literally shredding cards, come on now, don't be stupid. They weren't gonna let you actually do that. That'd be way too cool for Bandai. Instead, it's all done by pushing down a few pieces of plastic that look like shredded cards. When you want to get the card back, all you need to do is take it out from behind the fake shredded pieces. Easy as that. In my opinion, this is the best way they could have done this. I mean, short of just literally shredding whatever card you put in, of course. As for the included cards I mentioned, there's 5 in total. Those being Kamen Rider Cross Saber, Kamen Rider Ultimate Revi, Kamen Rider Ultimate Vice, Kamen Rider Geats 9, and the Dimension card, seen the show. And as with any other Premium DX, there's also an included dialogue mode, with brand new voice lines from Zane, recorded by Toru Okawa. Oh, and lastly, the Zane progress key can in fact be used on any and all of the 01 drivers, so if you've got one of those laying around, be sure to test it. Now, if just those 5 cards weren't enough for you, then allow me to whet your appetite by showing you the Premium DX Zane card set. This set of 20 free extra Zane cards are used with the driver. Those cards being Masked Rider Kuga Ultimate Form, Masked Rider Akito Shining Form, Masked Rider Ryuki Survive, Masked Rider Fai's Blaster Form, Masked Rider Blade King Form, Masked Rider Armed Hibiki, Masked Rider Kabuto Hyper Form, Masked Rider Den-O Liner Form, Masked Rider Kiva Emperor Form, Masked Rider Decade Complete Form, Kamen Rider Double Cyclone Joker Extreme, Kamen Rider O's Butotira Form, Kamen Rider Forze Cosmic States, Kamen Rider Wizard Infinity Style, Kamen Rider Gaim Kiwami Arms, Kamen Rider Drive Type Trideron, Kamen Rider Ghost Mugen Damashi, Kamen Rider X8 Hyper Muteki, Kamen Rider Build Genius Form, Kamen Rider Grand Zio, Kamen Rider 02, Masked Rider Super 1, and finally, Ride Player. As far as I'm aware, all of these cards do work on the various DX Deca drivers, not the Legend driver though. But the back of the card will always show the Zane logo, so it's gonna look weird if you put it in. Alright, now let's dig into a slew of Kamen Rider Gabu releases. Starting with every Reiwa fan's biggest nightmare, the Gimmick Phone. This time it's a DX Gabu phone, a very inventive name as usual. Unlike the usual 7 billion phone type gimmicks that have trouble making up reasons for why it exists in the first place, the Gabu phone just kinda does cool things and knows that's enough. The Gabu phone has 2 main features. The first one is that it has about 20 voice lines from Shoma, Sachika, and Hanto. The second feature is that by inserting any of the DX Gochizo, it'll play a little commentary by Shoma about the specific Gochizo you inserted. If you insert a Legend Gochizo instead, the catchphrase of that rider will play, but spoken by the Gochizo. Very cute. Lastly, included in this release is the DX Legend Gochizo Faiz, which you can use to transform into Kamen Rider Gabu Faiz form by inserting it into the DX Henshin Belt Gabu. Up next is a double use release, this being the DX Vrokan Gatling. The Vrokan Gatling was a giant Gatling gun used by Gabu when he used the Bakugan Gochizo. The Vrokan Gatling comes with the usual suite of gimmicks found in DX Rider guns. Press the trigger to shoot, making the Gatling spin, hold down to shoot continuously, spin the wheels and press the trigger for a special move, and spin the tires multiple times and then press the trigger to do the super special move. Standard stuff. But this is also a rider vehicle in the show. So to do that here, the DX Vrokan Gatling can transform into the Vrokan Buggy mode. It can be used to drive around one of the Kamen Rider action figure Kamen Rider Gabu releases. Lastly, the DX Gochizo Bakugan is also included, which you can put into the DX Henshin Belt Gabu to transform into Gabu Bakugan Assist. The last thing today is 3 different releases, but I'm gonna cover them in one go since they're all kinda the same. Those 3 releases being the DX Legend Gochizo Set 01, 02, and 03. Let's cover 01 first, since it's, well, you know, the first one. The DX Legend Gochizo Set 01 comes with Den-O Gochizo, Double Gochizo, and the 01 Gochizo. Up next is the DX Legend Gochizo Set 02, which comes with the following Rider Gochizo: Decade Gochizo, Build Gochizo, and the Zio Gochizo. The Gochizo that the DX Legend Gochizo Set 03 comes with are O's Gochizo, Gaim Gochizo, and the X8 Gochizo. All of these Gochizo are compatible with any of the Gabu series DX drivers, the DX Gabu phone, and your tummy, because they're just so yummy. And that's yet another Rider Rewind that's come to an end. Was there anything here that tickled your fancy? Then be sure to drop by the Toku Source, your one-stop shop for anything and everything tokusatsu for the needy European. Oh, and why not drop by the Toku Source Discord too? It's a good place to drop pics of whatever you bought and create small flame wars by mentioning that Blade is shit. Teehee. Lastly, I'd love for you to drop by my Twitter or Blue Sky. It's not that I actively post about stuff I'm doing, I just really like seeing the number go up. Alright, I'm going back to Metaphor de Fantasio. See you all next time!